Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pure Biology, and today I come with another video, that is the pancreas gland and the hormones. Okay, so the pancreas gland that is known as the composite gland. It is called the composite gland because it consisting of exocrine and the endocrine cells. Okay, exocrine and the endocrine cells. These exocrine cells, mainly these are arranged in the form of the clusters, and these are known as the acini. So what is the role of this acini? The role is producing the digestive enzymes, or it helps to produce the digestive enzymes that enter into the gastrointestinal tract through the pancreatic duct, and that help in the digestion process. So what is saying that these digestive enzymes that are produced with the from the exocrine cells and that enter into the gastrointestinal tract through the pancreatic duct and help in the digestion process. Now, the scattered throughout the pancreas between the acini are the clusters or islets of endocrine cells and known as the islets of Langerhans. So, what is saying that? That the scattered throughout the pancreas between the acini or the clusters between the acini, there is some cells, and these cells are known as the endocrine cells, and they are called the islets of Langerhans. Okay, islets of Langerhans. There is a diagrammatic rough diagram that the outer side the cells, these are consisting of exocrine cells, and the inner portion of these cells that consisting of the endocrine cells. That means not all the endocrine cells, there are few spaces are there where the endocrine cells are present. Clear? Now the four types of hormones are produced from these endocrine cells or islets, and the four types of cells are alpha cells or the A cells, beta cells or the B cells, delta cells or the D cells, and the F cells. So alpha cells that secrete the glucagon, beta cells that secrete the insulin, and delta cells that secrete the somatostatin, and the F cells that secrete the pancreatic polypeptides. Clear? Now the role of what somatostatin? The somatostatin's role is what? That it inhibits the glucagon and insulin secretion and slows absorption of the nutrients from the gastrointestinal tract. So what is the role of this somatostatin? That means it's from where these are secreted? These are secreted from the delta cell, and these are just like that growth hormone, and it inhibits the secretion of the glucagon and the insulin. And obviously another role of this somatostatin is that slows the absorption of the nutrients from the gastrointestinal tract. Slows the absorption of the nutrients from the gastrointestinal tract. Now next hormone is that glucagon. So glucagon is what? This is one kind of polypeptide obviously, and it consisting of 29 amino acids, and its role is what? It stimulates the glycogenolysis and resulting in an increased level of the glucose in blood. So this creates a condition that is in blood. This is called the hyperglycemia. That means high level of glucose when present in the blood. This situation is known as the hyperglycemia. Clear? And it also stimulates the process of gluconeogenesis. So first of all, you have to understand that we have taken different types of nutrients, specifically carbohydrates, proteins, and the fat. So most of the carbohydrate, that the simple form of carbohydrate is what? That's the glucose. So when the more glucose is not needed for the energy production, in that condition the glucose is stored where? In the liver in the form of glycogen. Clear? And in that way the glucose level that may be balanced in the blood, and the main function of this glycogenolysis, this is the glycogenolysis the breakdown of the glycogen. Okay, breakdown of the glycogen into what? Glucose. Okay, so this is called the glycogenolysis. And this glycogen, and another thing is that gluconeogenesis. Here the non-carbohydrate that converts into the glucose. So these two processes that are totally controlled by the glucagon. And glucagon, what is the role of glucagon? That increase the glucose level in the blood. And why glucose level is increased in blood? In the emergency condition. Okay, that like the adrenaline hormones role when the emergency conditions arise with us in that situation, or you can say when the adrenaline level is high in the blood for some situations. In that situation, more ATP is needed, and in that condition, the glucagon level try to increase the sugar level or glucose level in the blood for the production of more ATP. Clear? But in a natural condition, the glucose level must be balanced within the blood, and for that the glycogenolysis and the gluconeogenesis both are not needed. Okay, both are not needed. So I think you are all understood that glycogenolysis, this is called the glycogen, glucose formation from the glycogen, and gluconeogenesis, this is called the glucose formation from the non-carbohydrate. So I told you that glucose that is converted from, what I am saying that, okay, so glycogenolysis, that means the glucose formation from the glycogen. So if glucose level is controlled in the blood, so it converts into glycogen in the liver or another non-carbohydrate non-carbohydrate part. Okay, like the protein or fat, proteins maybe, because glycogen is one kind of fat. So protein, you can say protein, or amino acid also. So this is the main role of the glucagon, that to increase the sugar level for emergency condition and for producing the more ATP in the blood. And what is the role of the insulin? That glucagon and insulin both act in the opposite way, because insulin's role is what? It is generally, this insulin is, what is the role? It lowers the blood glucose levels by stimulating the glycogenesis, that is the glycogen formation, and inhibiting the glycogenolysis, that means the glycogen to glucose formation, that inhibited by the insulin, and enhances the lipogenesis, that means fatty acid, that entrance of fatty acid to the adipose tissue or for making the adipose tissue. Clear? So these are the functions of insulin, by which insulin controls the blood glucose level in the blood glucose level in the body. So if the blood sugar, some people that have the diabetes, or they generally suffered in diabetic condition, so this is the result of the lower insulin level, and this lower insulin level is occurred in what situation? When some damages is occurred or damages in seen pancreas. Clear? Pancreatic cells, or you can say the endocrine cells that is present in the pancreas. Clear? Now what is insulin? Insulin is a protein and made up of two polypeptide chains, and you can say first chain is A and the second chain is B. Clear? And the first chain that consisting of 21 amino acids, and the B that consists of 30 amino acids, and that are joined, these two chains, these are joined by the bond. This is called the disulfide bond. Clear? Disulfide bond. These are joined, the two chains are joined by the disulfide bond. Now synthesis of insulin. How the insulin is synthesized? Here the insulin's synthesis is explained here, because this hormone is mainly more important for controlling the glucose level. That's why very simply I here explain the synthesis of insulin. So first condition, when insulin is produced not in the form of the mature insulin, it is formed in the form of pro-insulin. Okay, pre-pro-insulin. This is the inactive precursor of the insulin, and this pre-pro-insulin that converts into the pro-insulin, and this pro-insulin again converts into the mature insulin. And how this pre-pro-insulin converts into the pro-insulin? Removal of the signal peptide from N-terminus of pre-pro-insulin. So here some peptides are there at the N-terminus position, so that will be removed for the production of the pro-insulin. And when the mature insulin is formed, the C-peptide chain is removed. That means N-terminus chain, there is also a signal peptide there, but C-peptide chain, that is also present in the pre-pro-insulin, which is present in the pro-insulin, but when the mature insulin is trying to be formed, in that situation C-peptide chain also be removed. Clear? So in that way insulin synthesis is occurring in the body. And the last one is the pancreatic polypeptide hormone. This inhibits the somatostatin secretion and digestive enzymes by the pancreas. So main two roles are there: inhibits the somatostatin secretion and the digestive enzymes. Okay, or reduce the production of the digestive enzymes. Clear? So this is the explanation of pancreas or pancreatic glands and its secretions. So I think you all understood about this topic, and it is my request to the newcomers, if this channel is helpful to you, so please do subscribe for giving the support to the channel, and share this channel if this is helpful to you obviously, and hit the bell icon for getting all the notifications.